Hi, my name is Michael Thayer, and this is Module 5, Understanding My Community, East Point School. The first standard that I'm going to address in this is IST 5B, which is to promote, model, and establish policies for safe, legal, and ethical use of digital information and technology. This entire assignment is an excellent challenge to demonstrate this standard because I am sharing potentially sensitive information about a school. I am going to do so without sharing anything that would give away the school or its location or any sensitive information about the stakeholders in the school community. First of all, customs and traditions. So our school really has a very common custom and tradition that education should be fun. And our school technology is a useful tool for education. Student leadership does matter, and staff enjoy working at our school. Phones are used for both personal and school use, so students will often have their phones out in class doing schoolwork and engaging online activities and really learning how to use their phones as great learning tools. Learners enjoy fun, engaging learning, and the learners are very goal-oriented. So these are the customs and traditions of our school. More about customs and traditions. The administration provides thoughtful training that trickles into classroom teaching. So this is one of the hallmarks of our professional development, is that we get a lot of really good modeling from our administration, and we ended up using that in class with our students. The staff and students enjoy grassroots change. So basically what this means is we really enjoy being part of the decision-making process, both staff and students, and it's often run this way at my school to great effect. Population characteristics. So the educational level of our students. Students use vernacular language, and teachers attempt to meet students in the middle with academic language. So in other words, our students don't sound like walking encyclopedias when they speak. They do incorporate their own way of speaking and conversing when they are giving presentations, and teachers meet them halfway. So teachers also make attempts to learn about the students, about the ways the students communicate, and to communicate with them on their levels. As far as race, creed, nationality, we are 38% minority at our school. Let's see, communication channels. So there are lots of different communication channels at my school, including email, Google Classroom, and face-to-face communication. In my experience, students respond best to Google Classroom as a form of communicating things with them, such as assignments. In terms of other ways that people get news in the community, radio, TV, and newspapers, the public uses online news sources most frequently. So you don't often see students walking down the hallway with a newspaper, but a lot of students do find their news online. Spanish is a growing part of our community, so it is an impact on the lives of the students as we walk down the hallways and celebrate things like Hispanic Heritage Month or Day of the Dead and other sorts of cultural celebrations that relate to Spanish. Community groups, informal and formal groups in our community. These are just a few. There's Almost Home, which helps find low-income housing. There is Business Builders, Legacy Foundation, Youth Commission, Rocky Mountain Bird Observatory, and many others. So there are lots of community groups in the city and community in which my school is located. No leadership. So who are the influencing agents at my school? Obviously administration, and as I said before, our school is very big on grassroots organization and grassroots leadership among the school and the students and staff at our school. So we have various teacher leaders at the school. Those could be the ones who sponsor National Honor Society or Student Council or Healthy Schools. Lots of different students and teachers take leadership roles. Who is influenced by this? Teachers, students, and families are all influenced by the decisions of the leadership at our school. They get involved with different things like school dances, just to name one. Different theories. So leadership is situational at our school. Individuals contribute in ways that match their strengths and the school's needs. So really people do take on that metaphor of the flock of geese, where when one goose gets tired at the front of leading, then they step back and another goose goes forward and takes their place. And this does connect with the second standard that I'm connecting with, which is MOSS4A, Identify Leadership Capabilities of Staff. No community leaders' characteristics. Community leaders are caring, business-oriented, and multicultural. For example, in our community, every year we have a very big culture fair where we have different types of foods, different types of bands playing live music. No economic conditions. So the government and business reports are available online for our city. The city does publish annual financial reports. Agriculture, commerce, industry, and transportation. We're a very agricultural community, and we have a very active downtown. The largest industries in our community are education, medical, and social services, and also construction. We are a car community, so there aren't many bike lanes or bus routes, and most people use cars to get from one place to another. Economic conditions. Employment stability, wage conditions. So we have 97% employment in our town, and the average salary is $43,848. The land use, property values, and tax rates. So there are lower property values, which may stem from lower funded and ranked schools. The district business office, located 2 minutes from my school by car. Political structure. So as far as the political structure goes, we can separate politics from education when we're talking about students and teachers in a classroom and the relationship they build to help the students learn. But in a larger, broader sense, of course, politics and education are very intimately twined with in terms of getting funding for school districts and so on. A little more detail on that. More money is spent at the state and local levels on education than on any other functions of government. In the districts, the district in which I work, per pupil we get $7,389, and the school buildings, the annual budget at my school is $1,335,710.60. So that's our annual budget that we have to break even on by the end of the year. Property tax assessment, average tax rate is 0.852%, and state and national understanding, state funding is $6.3 billion in 2016-17, and then the district funding, of course, as I already mentioned, is $7,389 per pupil. Social tensions. At my school, we do not have a whole lot of social tensions, more than the normal that you would get at a high school. I have never observed any specific interracial confrontations. We don't have any gangs. There are, of course, some cliques and things like that, but nothing that I would say is out of the ordinary. At our school, we tend to get lots of people in social groups who are multiracial and multi-ethnic, so it's not super cliquey in that way. Let's see. Extra sources of information. So we do have lots of school records and questionnaires to pupils, the city directory, telephone book, Census Bureau, Chamber of Commerce, minutes of school board meetings, staff inventory. These are all things that are ways of getting information about our school. Power structures. So basically from the top down we've got the district, head of school, dean, which is sort of an assistant principal. We have leadership team, which consists of people from most departments, but it's a little broader than departments. For example, there's humanities, includes both the English department and the social studies department. Department heads, individual teachers, student council, and National Honor Society are power structures that exist for students at the school. Multicultural issues. My school has done an incredible job of offering multicultural professional development for staff. We've had lots of different and very interesting and experiential lessons in understanding what it is like to be someone from another culture, and just having a growing awareness of that amongst staff. We do, as I said, have ongoing multicultural professional development. This year it is 1/3 of our professional development is based on multiculturalism and building that capacity. Again, so this is just the same power structure that I mentioned before. Knowing that power structure is really helpful for knowing different people to activate in terms of when we need things done and when we want to make most a greatest impact in our school. The best way is to get involved with those power structures both among the adults and the students that have the sort of capacity to make the best change in the school. Measuring public opinion. We often use Google Form surveys amongst students, staff, and families to rate ourselves, rate what we're doing, and ask for opinions and suggestions on how to go forward with plans that we have as a school. Also, we have online ratings, of course, that you could look up based off of standardized test scores, customer reviews. You say customer because it's that's basically how our families are. We are serving families in the community, so they are, in effect, our customers. So their reviews online do matter. People read those. Public opinion surveys. So again, same thing. Google Form surveys, online ratings of standardized test scores that are based off of standardized test scores, and customer reviews. So that is my Screencast-O-Matic presentation based off of the details and data of my school. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day.